Hey everyone. Wanted to do this syllabus overview not during our online time, just to give us a little more time for working and getting to know each other. I suspect occasionally I might do a few lectures via video like this, maybe especially if sort of what I want to summarize toward the end of class is if we're getting near the end and I don't have enough time to do the summary I'd like, I might just record that. Nevertheless, let me try to introduce you to some key elements of the syllabus and help you become acquainted with class expectations, etc. I'm going to try to highlight things that I think are likely most important or of interest to you. So I still encourage you to read through the entire syllabus. I know they're so long, I apologize for that. But primarily I want to say, send me an email or even set an appointment to talk if there's anything you want to have clarification on. So with that said, the first thing to emphasize, which I think you're already aware of, we will meet Mondays and Wednesdays, 3:30 to 4:45. Most times we will meet online for now. Let's see where Kennesaw campus is in about a month, and we might begin moving back into the classroom if that's possible. I will definitely chat with each of you before we do that. Note, in most of these cases, at least for this next month, and even if we extend longer, I plan for them to be synchronous, but I also think we both might appreciate a break every once in a while, and occasionally, please allow me to have one or two of our classes during the semester just in an asynchronous manner where your work is just done offline. Maybe like a video lecture and some individual work. So next thing I want to stand out is the D2L email format really doesn't work well for me. So although I might occasionally send emails out through D2L, please do not respond in D2L or to the email address I have associated with D2L. Email me directly at this address, or in fact, you'll find that my standard address is blawler4@kennesaw.edu. Okay, required texts. There are 3. I'll say this. I might only do 2 in the future, but because 2 of these 3 texts are free right now to us, I did not mind requiring you to buy 1 or maybe 2 texts. So this book is our primary math textbook, Calculus Connections. It's available in D2L. It just stopped being published over this summer, so I made arrangements with the publisher and the authors to allow us to have it available to us this semester. Please let me know if you're having any trouble reaching that textbook. This link should get you there, but if it doesn't, it's in D2L. This book is a fun book that also sort of introduces us to calculus. So I would like you to purchase this. We will begin reading this in about a week. So this and the Zager book, please make sure you get right away. Again, this one is, for me, sort of allows us to begin talking about some classroom practices, bridging a little bit every once in a while from the calculus content that we're covering into thinking about becoming a math teacher. Tracy Zager's book is very well received. A lot of teachers really respond very well to it. And I would encourage you to buy it, or if you prefer, you can also get free access to that book through the KSU library. Second, this is one I feel pretty strong about based on my experiences in the spring and summer. We will need to share mathematical work with each other. You might have even noticed today that we can like talk to each other. It's really hard to share and show. So I'm going to require each of you to buy a small whiteboard and markers. I think both of these recommended options are under $15 at Amazon. Have a few different color markers. I think you're going to find that serves you best. And I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm going to have you do is hold the whiteboard up to our cameras to show each other. So please have that. As a heads up, these are all softwares that are free to you, but I expect to use them during the year. Jamboard and Miro are whiteboarding softwares that we might occasionally use, maybe less to show mathematics and symbols, but to do some other types of projects. Desmos is a graphing calculator, and we'll do some spreadsheet work as well. I'm not requiring you to buy a graphing calculator because I think anything you might need can be done by Desmos, but if you have one, I think you'll find it useful. So I introduced the content of the course briefly today. I would encourage you to just review this course description, which is what's just put in the Kennesaw catalog, word for word. Course goals is what has been written by myself along with the other mathematics education faculty that you will have in the next few years here at Kennesaw. This is an outline of the assignments. Oops, I already noticed an error. I wrote homework will be assigned. Oh, no, it's correct. Homework will be assigned in D2L daily. Expect 2 to 3 hours of homework each session. I'm going to aim for 2 or a little bit less, but I'll be honest, I tend to be a bad aim. If homework is becoming, if it seems like it's becoming more than that 2 to 3 hour target, I encourage you to record the time that you spend on homework and share what you've recorded with me. I really do appreciate that carefully collected feedback, because if I am going over, I definitely want to drop that back. I will collect a few selected homework problems about every 2 weeks. I'll show you a calendar later. My primary goal there is to be able to see how everyone is doing on some of the homework problems I want you to be able to do well. Although I recognize with homework, it's often like your first time. It's not necessarily where you're supposed to be expert and pro at it yet. So I will, in part, be generous on the scoring of it. Like, well, you'll see. I won't try to describe. And I will also drop your 2 lowest homework scores. I expect homework to be a space where by you putting an effort in at home, you will get a high score in this category. In addition, you'll write 2 brief papers, and I'm thinking 1 to 2 pages max for each. They will be directly related to the books that we're reading in the class. One of these 2 papers will be collaboratively written with a partner. I'm going to spread out 4 quizzes throughout the semester. They will be done as I plan. They will be done during class. I'm going to ask you to just log into class and take the quiz while we're here. We'll see how that goes. I've never tried to do a quiz online before. They will be open note, open book. However, I'm going to make a strong encouragement that you prepare a short summary of your notes. I've watched. It's not I will limit the time on the quizzes and the exams, and it's not efficient to be flipping through all of your notes. You need to prepare in advance a short summary. If you don't, you'll run out of time because I will keep them timed. There will also be a midterm and a final exam. In addition, I will ask you to assemble a portfolio of learning. This is a place where you really reflect maybe what's not shown in the exams or quizzes about what you really learned, what was about each of the key ideas in the class. Instructions for papers and portfolio will come when they're formally assigned, closer to when I want you to start working on them. But homework, quizzes, and exams, I think, are fairly self-explanatory. The percentages here reflect the overall weight that each is given, and I think you know how grades work. Attendance. So as you see today, probably class meetings will be a little bit of lecture and then some individual or small group problem solving, and often even some whole group discussion about the math we work on. You will be expected to participate, take and maintain notes, and ask questions when you do not understand. I know it's not necessarily the most comfortable thing to ask questions, but please put them out there. You've heard it 100 times, but when you're in my chair as a teacher in the future, you will know it's the case. If one of you has a question, that is likely most of the class has a very similar question. So because of this nature of the class, full participation and regular attendance are expected. So saying that one more time, I expect you to be in class every day that we are scheduled to meet. If you miss more than 10% of the classes, I will reduce your letter grade by 1. So if you're earning an A in the class, but you've missed 4 class meetings, you will get a B. If you arrive late or leave early twice, that is the equivalent to missing 1 class. I would like you to begin to build this norm for yourself. As a teacher, we have professional expectations, and if you know that you're going to miss a class, I appreciate a brief email, just a brief note. It can be, I'm going out of town this weekend with my family. I can't be there. I'll catch up on everything with my classmates. But that letting me know in advance, just as a statement of, I guess, respect for the class. It's hard to say exactly what, but it's something we expect. All assignments must be turned in on time. Emergency circumstances do happen. Talk with me about that, but I do expect everything's done on time. I've already said it, but you should expect 2 to 3 hours of homework after each class session. The add drop period is probably important for this class, but other classes, I really don't. I hope you don't drop this class. By no means, especially because I know that this is a class that can be a big bottleneck for future classes you need to take. But you should know that the add drop period ends August 21st, which is this Friday. And then the last day to withdraw without academic penalty is October 7th at 11:45. Not just like stopping attending does not withdraw you from a class. You need to withdraw yourself. Again, much of that you know. You can see I'm skimming through things. I will point to any that I want you to read in particular, but most of these are general syllabus statements that are in everybody's syllabus. So it's worth being aware of them, but you can start skimming if you recognize that they're familiar. And I don't mean to minimize them. I just mean to say that they're familiar. They're in most all your syllabi. I think those are the main things, except this course outline, which I think there's a couple key things I want you to know here. First of all, you can see that it names my targeted mathematical topics for each of the weeks. I'm pretty sure we will stay pretty close to this timeline. However, it will change. So I really want you, when you look at this syllabus, if you print it out, know that this is not the final version. Due dates and things posted in D2L are final, right? So for right now, you can expect to be submitting your first homework assignment on August 24th. And you will get that notice and assignment given in D2L. But by the time we get to like October 19th, it wouldn't surprise me if I shift that. Actually, I'm really going to try not to. But again, just be aware that this is a nice draft to give you a sense of where we're going, what the topics will be, when homework will be due. But final due dates will be assigned or modified in D2L. You'll notice all these due dates are already in D2L. But if I modify them, just watch for that there. We will have a final exam. It's scheduled for December 14th. If nothing changes, we'll do the final exam virtually. But hopefully we'll be face-to-face by that time and be able to meet and do it then. Your portfolio will be due the Friday before our final exam. That's it. I hope that was a decent overview. Send me any email questions. Send me any questions via email if you have them.